I feel like both of you have seen so much.
You get to a certain point and you say, you know what, maybe that's a little heavy.
I don't think people have given you both enough credit for what it has taken to build the entities that you have.
It's all been said on here.
Kathy and Nicky Hilton are on the show. I have followed you both forever, so this is very full circle. But
Wait,
first,
I have something for you. You left. Look at this. Can you believe this?
Is that a pure nightclub?
God.
Can you
That's a
believe
pure
this? This is
nightclub.
vintage.
Shut up. That really is it.
I think I'm 21
Oh my goodness.
in the
Look at
bathroom.
this. Look at that vintage.
That's me.
Oh, you're blonde. Are you a natural
Are
blonde?
you naturally blonde?
No.
Because to me, you look like a brunette for
I'm
sure.
not naturally blonde. But the picture, just to give the audience context, is me and my friend Stephanie, Nikki, and Paris. We harassed you guys to take a photo of us.
That is so cute.
What year is this?
I was 21. I don't know, Michael.
You know, it's funny.
Don't do the
So
math.
we're in the Jeremy office here in LA, but we have the other one in Texas, and the girls keep this on the desk.
Yeah, they
That
love
is
it.
so
We brought it all the way.
cute.
But first, before we get into it, I have to know what the brand of the pillow is that you travel with and why you travel with that pillow.
Lenya.
Okay.
It's my favorite. I'm a pillow nut.
Okay.
I need a pillow line. I sleep with about 6 pillows, but I sleep on baby pillows. Lenya is my favorite, but then I sometimes put the little covers of the Porto over it. But then I take it off and I've got my silky, it's just luscious.
Why baby pillows?
I don't know.
The dogs have them too.
The dogs have them too. I have a crib at the end of our bed, and they have this beautiful white little crib with the little pillows and the little, what is it? I forgot what
bumper?
it's called. The bumper. Yes, they're my children.
So I saw you with the pillow, so I thought they were, how do you say it, Porto.
Porto.
Well, they are, but now I'm really into the Lenya. I cannot, Kris Jenner, I spent the night, we had a, what would you call it? A slumber party.
Okay.
And so I went up into the room, and I have never slept in a bed like this in my life.
The sheets.
The sheets, the comforter. I did not want to get out of bed in the morning.
What are the sheets? Do you know the brand?
Lenya,
They're all the same. It's all
Cloud.
the same.
No,
Okay.
it's separate.
Okay.
I get it at Pioneer Linen. Have you heard of it in Palm Beach?
No.
Pioneer Linen has everything that you can think of.
Okay.
And I am a tabletop person, but I feel like I spend a lot of time in the bed too. I'm a woman for the sheets, not for the streets.
You like to rock.
You know that one? Have you heard
No.
that? No. You guys haven't?
I've heard
What's
it. Yeah,
that?
of course.
It's very funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Right?
It's funny.
I said I'm one for the sheets, not for the streets.
It's funnier hearing you say it than others.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I'm funny.
Yeah.
One of the questions that my girlfriend had is she wants to understand how you guys got so good at the edit and the curation. Like, did your mother and your grandmother instill this in you guys? How did you guys get so good at just making things look so beautiful?
Mother and my grandmother lived with us. Well, my mother obviously did, but my grandmother lived with us. So it was always about beautiful teacups and china and porcelain and crystal and silver. And my mother bought us for our wedding gift a silver punch bowl. I'm like, Mom, what am I going to do with this punch bowl?
Do you use it now?
I use it, and I put
You
crushed
still have
ice
it?
for champagne. Of course I do. I can remember every wedding gift. And I was actually excited. I really liked it because, I mean, some people grow up with that and they go the other way. And I was always afraid all the effort I made in the home, whether it be a holiday or whatever, to make it warm and cozy and celebrations. I believe in celebrating life and making everything as wonderful as you can. And the kids, I thought, maybe took it for granted. And then when I'd get a little lazy and say, oh, well, we're going out of town, we're not going to be here the whole month. Oh, you didn't do this? So they really do like it.
Yeah, when I think of the moments with my mother, it's like whenever the holidays, she put so much effort into it. And those are the things I remember now as an adult.
Well, it's fun to see my daughters both doing that now, especially this one.
It's inspiring. It's like she romanticizes everything.
But you have been like this since
Since a
you
little
were
girl.
a little girl. And I didn't believe her. And I asked Kyle, And she said they would be at home. She would make her lunch in the kitchen, 10, 11, 12 years old. She would set the table with all the linens, the silverware, the proper glasses, and
Close the door.
sit down for her meal in peace. And you've been doing this since you're
Exactly. And then
a
they'd come in
child.
and want to say, no, I need some privacy right now. And I would enjoy. And I started entertaining
at 10.
at 10 years old in tea parties. And I mean, I just loved it.
It's like Martha Stewart, but on steroids. It's a different, like there's a luxurious, like a feminine thing about it.
But it's also, I'm just as happy on the 7th floor at Bergdorf Goodman as when we're out in Southampton. There was a Kmart or a Target. You can go and find, I'll be in there and like, I've got my basket or home goods and I'm running around. And of course I've got like 4 baskets. And then I say at the end, wait a minute, do I need this? Do I need this? And I end up, putting a few things back.
I think that's what's so fascinating is the just a position of it. It's like I've heard like you'll say you go to Cheesecake Factory, and I'm like, that's so cool. It's just like it's unexpected. Do you know what I mean? Like you're eating a baked potato with caviar, and then you're like, I love Cheesecake Factory, and I'm like, fuck, I'm craving.
Well, my husband really likes it, and I like it, but he loves the buffalo wings, and he loves the cheesecake. So we do that because you can go in there and just be casual, and you're not going to see anybody you know. And it's really charming. It's old Beverly Hills, the one we go to on Beverly Drive. And it's easy in and out, and it's open late.
Tell him how I tried to recreate Cheesecake Factory in Austin because I heard her say that.
Yeah, it was maybe not the one in Austin. Was maybe not the one in Old Beverly Hills.
He
It was
wouldn't
a
go
little-
in.
It was a little different.
He was such a
This
brat.
is like Tiffany lamps and
Yeah, we didn't
the
have that.
the whole vibe in there and the lighting. And they've got the TV on. It's really, I'm very cozy.
When you look back on your childhood, what are the core memories that you have?
My core memories were believing in Santa Claus till I was 13,
Okay.
being the oldest of 3 of us girls, and, growing up in a fantasy world,
How so?
playing dolls, playing store.
You still play with dolls.
I still play with dolls.
Collects
I'm
dolls.
a collector. You didn't tell the story about what I used to do. My mother used to
What?
say, I'm a merchandiser. You look like you're setting your room up like it's a store.
Huh.
And I ended up having a store for 9.5 years on Sunset Boulevard.
So you've always liked curating.
Love, love, love. And then I'm a crafter as well. Nikki now is getting into it. And we make things that are really beautiful. Beautiful wreaths for Mother's Day with vintage ribbon and vintage flowers. And I'm constantly on eBay and at these auctions, or when I go to London or Paris, you'll find me looking at the vintage ribbon and flowers and little ornaments. And I love it. To me, it gives me such happiness.
Nikki, what are the things that you feel like that you're doing now that you're a mom that your mom did for you?
The holidays were such and still are a huge thing in our family. And I'm talking every holiday from Valentine's Day to St. Patrick's Day, Easter. And I try and recreate it, but she was just so damn good. And you have so much stuff, like decades of
I have a
stuff.
collection. I have a
Ornaments, trees, bunnies, Easter eggs, like
everything you could think of.
everything.
How do you
could
keep
think of.
track of all of it?
Well, that's the problem. I have 2,000 square feet under my pool of storage. It has taken over the entire garage, 4-car garage, just a little space for my husband's car.
I know.
And then I have separate rooms, like storage rooms. And I have a silver room that's all lined in the felt to keep it nice and clean. And then I have a crystal and china room. I took 2 offices downstairs and Christmas there. And then I have in our big ballroom where I have the parties, it looks like a showroom like at the Javits Center. There are trees, there are elves, there are Cinderellas, there are everything you can think of.
You still have Christmas trees up right now down there, right?
They're all down there right now because that way I don't have to fluff them all. I mean, I'll be getting ready again end of September.
Is it all organized in systems or is it more chaotic?
Pretty much. Right now I'm getting ready to get rid of a lot of things.
You are?
Yes.
Well, I have some.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
what are you getting rid of?
No, I donate a lot of things, and I'm going to be doing something. You know, we always do something during the holidays for, you know, Animal Haven and Children's Hospital and the Mission. So we are going to be doing a little sale. I got very inspired. Martha Stewart did a tag sale. I just was reading that Jenna Lyons is having one.
Is she?
Yes.
That'll be some
And it's
cute
fun.
stuff.
It's really fun.
Jenna's got an eye. She's got a lot of
She does have an eye.
People love going through things like you can't believe.
Which one of your children's getting all this stuff? Did you guys figure that out yet?
I think she'll enjoy
gonna
it
get
the
it.
most. Paris likes, her taste is a little different than ours.
Yeah. Stay close. Got to
So,
show that enthusiasm, Mickey. Just
right?
yeah.
How do you guys work together? What does that look like? Are you guys on the phone every single day?
Yes. My husband is like, how many times a day do you need to talk to your mother? Like, what? Like, I talk to my mother once a month. Like,
Boys
what
are
do you
different.
need to speak to your mother on the phone for 20 times a day?
I mean, I would say 100 reasons.
But to answer your question, how do we work together?
Yeah.
We talk a million times a day. We have a shared Pinterest board, so we're like constantly sharing different pottery, art, china, fabric,
Ceramics.
tabletop, holiday,
Glassware.
vacation ideas, everything. It's like our manifestation mood board thing. And then we're texting, we're DMing, FaceTiming with the kids. We're in constant contact.
If someone is listening at home and they want to do like the Hilton curation of their own home, what are some things that you would tell them to start with? Like, do they need to inspect their salt and pepper? Like, what are little things that they could just make their home give it a little zhuzh, like you said?
I always believe that having some throws, just like during spring, summer, fall, I like to mix it up and change it a little bit. And I have a pillow closet. I'm obsessed with pillows. So I'll have the velvet or the plaid. My library is beautiful, kind of a medium wood, kind of like this here, cream.
Mom, this would have been the perfect opportunity to plug our rug line, not talk about pillows.
I know you
Okay.
guys need a pillow line.
Our whole house is going to get filled up with pillows now. I just know it.
You need a pillow line. That's your next.
I know. Okay, so the rugs I need because I have a lot of entertaining and grandchildren and dogs. So constantly I have been spending a fortune redoing rugs, especially upstairs and in the library, because where I hold the meetings in the library and the after party is a members only club. And it's kind of famous, the library.
What? Tell me
The
about
most
that.
interesting people, the most interesting conversations. That rug I will never give up. And I've had that rug in there for 18 years. It's rolled up. And if that rug could talk,
Ooh.
I mean, it's really
Wait,
amazing.
hold on. Wait, what does a members only
I
club
joke
look
because
like?
everybody
Like, what do you
at
mean?
our parties, the people
Stand up
that
there.
we really,
Yeah.
you let your hair down at the end
Yeah.
of the night.
Yeah.
Those are the people that stay. Yeah.
The people that stay,
late.
and we'll have
Did that
eggs
happen in
in
this
there,
picture here? I don't know.
champagne, cake, somebody's eating leftover turkey. Everybody, like, all of us put our robes on and slippers. We'll make prank phone calls. We are there. We're discussing everything you can think of, laughing, crying, until 5 or 6 in the morning. And in the beginning, there are people lining up. So I had to go and buy these like cheap little cubicle red leather, what do you call them? To sit on stools.
Okay.
Oh.
People are lined up around. Then the second tier is other chairs. Then we bring in dining chairs.
Just to get into this.
Yes.
Library.
Wow.
Yes.
I was thinking about this with you two before you came on, and you've met so many people over the years and have seen so many interesting people. Who are the kind of people, or what are the kind of traits you're looking for that pique your interest at this point? Because I feel like both of you have seen so much and so many different kinds of people.
I'm always interested in people.
I like fun people.
People, because it takes a lot for you to laugh. When this
Yeah.
one giggles and laughs, she was very, as a child, she'd be on the merry-go-round, but like this, and didn't want to show that she was having a good time. She was very like
Like a poodle.
a poodle. A
Is that what
standard
poodles
French
do?
poodle.
They're just very like
Aloof.
aloof.
You know what? I just noticed that with my poodle. I said, this poodle's moody. I got 2 new dogs, and there's times I'll walk in and I'll go, boo-boo, and she'll go like this.
Tell
Boo-boo,
them your dog's names.
Boo-boo and Tiff. Well, they're adopted, and they were a year old when I got them, so they already had those names,
Tiffany and
Boo-boo.
Boo Boo.
Wow.
So, I mean, I would not have picked those names.
They're in our Ruggable campaign.
They're so adorable, but they're the old classic poodle. They're not McDoodled or Dadoodled or Doodles. There's all these different poodles.
Golden
This is
doodled.
Golden doodle. Right. These are like when I was a little girl.
And what was Nikki like as a little girl? She was like a
She
poodle.
was like
but
the
what,
standard. We called her Mother was her nickname
Why?
in the carriage.
why mother?
She was strict.
She was strict.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were strict with yourself or strict
She was
with
just her energy was extremely, what would you say?
Stern.
Stern. To get her to smile or laugh, I'd have to
make her like tickle her.
Yes, she was just very reserved.
And what about the other 3?
Just,
So different than Nikki.
right. But she'd go to the park and it'd be like the sand.
Didn't like sand. Michael doesn't like sand either. You sound
I
like
don't
Michael.
like sand.
Well,
Michael doesn't like sand.
no, I don't get.
Explain your theory. Be
No,
really
I like
honest.
I like quality sand in nice places, but I don't like sand
Oh,
just
he
for
likes
the sake
white
of
sand in
Yes.
certain areas of the country.
Yeah, I don't like
When I
dirty
met him,
sand.
he's like, I don't like sand.
He likes the Bahamas, the pink beach.
Yeah, he wants
I-
specific sand.
Well, I don't want sand unless there's like a good reason to have the sand. Let's not worry about me. I have a lot of issues I got to work through. Guys, we talk about so many different things to enhance your health, your well-being, your hormone regulations, but really there is one thing that all of us could be doing better to drive the most impact for our mental health, our physical health, our general well-being, and that is sleeping better, which is why I'm so excited to talk about 8 Sleep. At this point, I'm sure you've heard about 8 Sleep. Their buzzworthy sleeping technology called the Pod can be added to your existing mattress like a fitted sheet to automatically cool down or warm up each side of your bed and in turn improve your sleep quality dramatically. We've had so many experts on this show, and one of the biggest takeaways that we've learned is getting your sleep under control. Since Lauren and I have moved to Austin, Texas, this has become a priority, and getting the sleep dialed in has been the biggest mover when it comes to our health and well-being. Sleeping in a cold room is great, but sleeping on a mattress that stays cold and has a temperature regulator all night is even better, which is why the 8 Sleep is such an incredible product. Pod 4 Ultra also includes an adjustable base that fits between your mattress and your bed frame to add reading and sleeping positions for the best unwinding experience. I also mentioned earlier that this fits like a covered sheet over your existing mattress, so you can add it to any bed at any time very easily and start sleeping better right away. Of course, we have a special offer for all of our listeners. Head to 8sleep.com/skinny and use code skinny to get $350 off Pod 4 Ultra. 8 Sleep currently ships to the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Europe, and Australia. Again, that is 8sleep.com/skinny and use code skinny to get $350 off.
We have had so many people on the podcast who have talked about the importance of eating healthy, but also kids eating healthy. And let's face it, it can be overwhelming. It can be very overwhelming, especially if you're a working mom or a working dad. You don't even know where to start. So enter Hungry Root. Hungry Root is the easiest way to eat healthy. So basically, you go on their site, you get started, you answer a couple of questions. It asks you questions like, who are you feeding? So for me, I said me plus more. If you're just feeding yourself, that's no problem. And basically, it just helps you to get started on a really healthy path. Then what you do is you build a personalized cart. So with all your grocery needs for the week, which is so amazing, efficient, time saver, and it gives you delicious recipe recommendations to put those groceries to use. They have fresh produce, high quality meat, seafood, healthy snacks, smoothies, and sweets. I love the snacks on there because my kids obviously love snacks, and it's very easy to just see like what I should be getting. They also have vitamins, supplements. It's just a great tool to help people really get into whole trusted ingredients. Right now, Hungry Root is offering the Skinny Confidential Him and Her listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/skinny to get 40% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/skinny. Don't forget to use our link so they know we sent you. hungryroot.com/skinny. Every night, I get my hot ginger tea. I have my red light, my Kindle, my weighted neck pillow. It's really habit stacked. I got the chimes going and I have magnesium. I do not go to bed without taking magnesium. So many of us are deficient in magnesium. So many people have come on this podcast and said it's like the number one thing people are deficient in. The one that I take is by JS Health Vitamins. And I like this one particularly because it contains different forms of bioavailable magnesium. So they really designed this magnesium to support muscle relaxation and recovery and nervous system function. And I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know if it's because it's one of the highest quality magnesiums on the market, but I can really see the effects. I like JS Health Vitamins too because it's designed in Australia. It was formulated by an expert nutritionist. She really knows her stuff when it comes to vitamins and minerals, and everything is very science-backed, which I appreciate. She also sources the highest quality ingredients, and I think that's really important when you're taking a supplement. If you're on their site and you're looking for something else to grab, their fish oil is awesome. A lot of women are low in fish oil, and it doesn't taste fishy. It has like a vanilla coating on it, so there's no fishy aftertaste. But you got to grab the magnesium, especially if you're not already taking it at night. Visit jshealthvitamins.com/skinny and use code SKINNY. You receive 20% off your first order or first subscription. That's jshealthvitamins.com/skinny. So what when you meet someone, who are the people that are getting in the members only club? What are the traits that are coming in?
There could be somebody new and interesting. In fact, I thought it was strange the last Christmas party we had because there was this man sitting in there, very good looking. And I didn't invite him. My husband didn't invite him. And none of them knew who he was. So I asked my security, I said, who's this guy? Because it's now like 2 a.m. and he's sitting up against the wall.
Was I there?
You were there, Dylan, Bijou, Elliot, a group of us. There was like maybe 10 of us. And I'm thinking, why is he here? And he goes, no, he's cool. He's, at all the charity. I think Andy was there too. No, I know of him, whatever. And I'm thinking, is there a girl in here that he's maybe interested in? He's very good looking. So we'll have the characters, somebody that brings somebody, and then we end up falling in love with them. So we invite them into the library.
One of your fun ones recently-ish was when you hosted that DirecTV Christmas party. So we ended up late night with, and I don't watch these shows, but my friends who were with me were like TV. Super excited. The Vanderpump Rules people.
I watch it.
And I didn't even know they were there. I know the names because they're unusual names.
But they were
I don't know what they do or
wild stories.
Meaning people, the characters, on like the cast
people,
was there. At the
some
party.
of them, yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I bet that you're right if those walls could talk.
Well, that's nothing. I mean, I don't even know those people, but they were, whoever they were characters.
They were
we had
characters.
this nice girl
That'll be a clip.
fly in from New York, who I love and adore.
Oh.
She's from New York. I don't know if I should mention because you have a podcast. She has a podcast.
Oh, we don't
Everyone has a podcast.
Okay.
Mom.
Yeah, a lot of people have podcasts.
Oh, okay.
But you can let it rip.
Who?
This show is let it rip. This show is all over the place. You can let
It's
it
all
rip.
been said on here. Yeah.
I text Mark Moulet, who is a mutual friend of ours, and I said, Kathy is coming on the show. Her daughter Nikki is coming on the show. What should we ask them? And he said about how smart both of you are. He said, with you, you're very smart in real estate. And I think that I would love to hear how you guys think about real estate and business. I don't think people have talked to you guys about that enough. I don't think people have given you both enough credit for what it has taken to build the entities that you have.
No, and we had Carter on the show and Courtney, and we were talking about you and your family and the things that you guys have built. And I don't think people realize how much you all pioneered for future generations and how savvy you've all been in your careers. And I don't think people talk to you about it enough and give you, all of you, as much credit as they should.
Well, I just think that we have done a lot, and there's a lot of businesses and a lot of things that we've done that I don't even feel that I was very involved with Herbalife and helped putting them back on the map when they were not doing well. And it's something I don't discuss, but I'm very proud of that. Just doing my store in QVC and HSN, because you cannot have a store and not be there. And we moved to the East Coast. My husband said, when I had driven by the store that it was for sale, I called him and said, Rick, you got to get here. It's like 5:00. It was getting dark. It was like October. You've got to get here. And he said, all right, I'll do it. He said, I'm thinking to myself, she's going to be tired of this in a year, but it'll keep her out of Neiman's and Saks. And so whatever. I loved it. It was 9.5 years. It was some of the happiest times of my life. And we traveled all over the world, all over the country, to Europe, to shows. So I had a mixture of everything. And one for me, one for the store, one for me, one for the store. And it really was a jewel box. It was about 2,500 square feet. And it had an upstairs and a downstairs. And it had the staircase from the movie The Staircase, which is a famous old movie. And it already had an incredible clientele. I stocked that store and had everything up in 2 or 3 weeks. And I had more Christopher Radko. I was so afraid of the money I was spending on Radko. And
do you guys know what Radko is?
No, what's
Christopher Radko? It's like,
Wait, I need the details. I'm trying
they're
to
very
curate my
expensive
own home.
ornaments back then.
Okay,
We're talking $30 an ornament wholesale.
Your mom likes those. I know what they are. They're those. They're kind of like not glass, but they're like an ornament.
They are glass. Well, they're colored.
Yes,
Poland,
They're very
Polish, whatever.
fancy.
They're
Your mom likes
beautiful.
My mom's a big ornament person.
And I could not believe that we were selling them. Then people come, I need Mr. Moon. I need more. Anyway, I had that store up and running, and I loved it. And I would be there until 9:00 at night during the holidays, missing parties. And it was all home. So the girls would come, and I had a manager and I had people working there, but everybody has to have a break. So I didn't know how to do the cash register. I knew how to do everything else. Paris and Nikki knew how to do American Express, Visa, MasterCard.
Yeah. You
And
would
they were like,
leave us there.
What?
You would leave us
I'd
there.
run over to Chin Chin.
But you
Chinese
guys-
chicken
Girls, I'll be right
salad.
back. And they would
And we
be
would
there
be
Chin
doing
Chin
the
order.
register. Chinese chicken salad.
right across the street
Is
to
it
get
still
my lunch.
there?
I haven't had
It's still
that.
there.
I
It
haven't-
is?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta have it.
So when you were
There
a
was
little
a gift
girl,
wrapper in the back room. It's not like I left you completely, but they were running the store, and they're this big.
you're a little girl surrounded by a lot of business at a young age. Do you feel like that's helped you? You had I remember your purse line. I bought your purse when I was like, I remember. I've seen you do all these businesses. Do you think that's
15.
15? Do you think your childhood shaped how you are as a businesswoman today?
Yeah, I mean, we started working super young.
Yeah.
I got my first job when I was like 13 or 12 years old at Hampton's Magazine. Remember me and Amanda Hurst? She said, you're going to get a job. I'm like, Mom, I'm 12. She's like, no, you got to get a job.
On the weekends or a few days a week.
Yeah, a few days a week. I was an intern, and I took everyone's lunch orders. I took the trash out. I would send all the advertisers, like, if they were in the party pictures, put a little...
Drop magazines off in front of the
Drop
stores that have them on the
magazines.
ground, outside.
But I think that is so important to have your kids working
You
at a
forgot
young
your
age.
first job.
What?
The first job was they would ride their bikes to Rite Aid, buy a big bag of combs,
Okay.
plastic combs, like 39 cents each comb, gum, Lifesavers. Then they'd make lemonade, iced tea, and cookies, and they'd bag everything. And it was Nikki, Paris, Francesca, and Khloe Kardashian. And they were there for the
Our
summer.
lemonade stand in the Hamptons. Yes,
I
that's
wish
true.
that I'd kept the poster. And they would run, and it was colorful and beautiful, and they'd have popsicles and, fudge. They drew all these things, all in these bright colors and rainbows. it would run out on the street.
We would really water down the lemonade, I remember.
Right, to make it last. And we were on Main Street, so everybody was on Main Street.
In
And
Southampton.
people drive pretty slow. And who could resist these 4 adorable girls? So they'd pull over and
Buy
yeah.
all of our crap from
You
the
kept
lemonade
everything
stand.
but the poster.
Well, they sold everything, but that was the beginning and fun. And then I said, they're going to get bored. They went to camp and then they didn't really like the camp. So I said, then
No.
fine, you're going to get a job.
So if someone has 2 children, AKA us, do you
How old are your children?
they're 2 and 4.
Mhm. They should start working soon.
Oh, I think so too. I already have Zaza scrubbing the table with the magic eraser. She colors on it. She's got to
Show
scrub it
her,
off.
absolutely.
100%. Do you recommend 2 more to round it out? Because you have 4.
I part of me wishes I did have more
Oh,
because I started so young.
oh my God.
I had
More.
Paris at 20. I got married at 19, met my husband at 15, got married 4 years later, had
Wow.
Paris at 20, Nicky at a year before I was 23. And then the 2 boys were like a second family. But truthfully, honestly, you have 2.
Yeah.
In today's world, I think that's enough.
Oh my
Why do you think
gosh.
it's
I
You're
thought-
like the first person that's ever said that.
Yeah,
I know.
that-
I thought you were going to say no, have 4.
why in today's world? I'm curious about that.
Mhm. I'm afraid.
You're afraid of what's going on in the world.
I think that kids are exposed to so much and, no one's feeling 100% safe. I hate to be a downer, but
Yeah, no, I was thinking Lauren and I didn't get smartphones until we got out of college. So we had that whole experience
You
without
didn't have smartphones till
Like-
out of college?
like meaning like we didn't have it was just like it was like
We
the
had
BlackBerry.
Nokias.
It was like a Nokia or like
Yeah,
a BlackBerry.
yeah.
Pagers, right?
Yes.
And we didn't get Instagram until we were well graduated, but that came out later. So we went through our whole childhood just as kids, right?
right.
And I think about that now because we have siblings that are a decade younger than each of us. Both of us do.
Right.
And it's been interesting to watch them. Not that there's anything wrong, but they have to navigate it differently than we all did. Include you in that.
Have
because
you seen the book Anxious Generation?
I want to get the author on the show.
Yes. It's
How do you think about both of you, I guess, motherhood in the public eye? Like, how do you know when to shield your kids, know when to bring them? How do you think about it? There has to be some kind of strategy around it.
mm-hmm. I kind of just keep them away from all of it.
Yeah.
It's been working so far.
It's kind of funny what Teddy said because Nicky is very low key and doesn't, she knows where to go, when to go, when not to go somewhere with the children. But when they're here in LA, she said something about Paris, which I thought was funny
What?
to Nicky. And Nicky doesn't talk about it. She goes, "Isn't Auntie Paris really famous?"
I don't know who's told her that.
Like, how would she know that?
I get what you're saying. 'Cause
And she's really rich. I'm like, Nicky goes, what? She goes, well, she's got a lot of stuff.
Cars.
Cars.
Maybe she just sees when you're
Lots of
FaceTiming.
toys.
Yeah. Maybe
No, she visits it when they're here.
yeah, she probably just sees
All the
house.
stuff.
So
Right.
what do you do? Like raising, I mean, you raised children in sort of in the limelight, I guess not until they were older.
Right.
What's the tip? What's the takeaway? What's the hack to raise children? Because you've raised children that have their head on straight, and that doesn't always happen.
I think just being, having good values and trying to instill that in the children. And, my husband and I, he has a very famous last name and it can open doors, but it can also close doors.
Yeah.
Right in your face, and people can be judgmental. So we're self-made, and I'm really proud of that. I had a job when we first got married, and I was making $160 a week, and then I had Paris. So I took off for a little bit, but I would take the bus. I furnished our first apartment for $750, all used furniture, with art pieces all the way up almost by the molding. I mean, it was hysterical. A fish tank, a few silk flowers. It was very, very funny.
No, but I think it's very
tried.
important to have that relationship with your family and have a good head on your shoulders. Because I grew up in LA with lots of the wild childs, and what they all had in common was sort of like dysfunctional family at home.
The parents would drop them off at the mall, and they would, my kids would come home and they'd have on like a new T-shirt or that. What is that? Oh, well, the parents gave us each $50. I'm like, so Rick had business to do in New York, and he was working, and we wanted to be closer to London and Paris because he was doing deals there. So we're like, you know what, we're out of here.
Well, you know,
we are out of here.
We moved to
Texas.
Texas.
It's different in New York.
Yeah, we moved to Texas recently. Obviously, we come here, but it was part of that where I feel like you could be, and I don't want to shit on LA at all, but there's so much here that we wanted to kind of get him out of it a little bit, right? And again, I don't want to shit on LA, but
no, I love LA.
I just think I didn't want to be in a pool of parents where the nannies and the people are dropping the kids off. Like, you know, we take our kids to school, we pick them up. I think it's important. And even just hearing you talk about how long you've been with your husband, those are really impressive numbers.
Yeah, that is impressive. You don't hear that in LA.
It's not so common anymore.
Right.
I mean, that's a long time.
And
How long?
43 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But I think with our family, having both the boys and the girls get that East Coast background was really.
What age were they?
The girls, we moved out there
I
when
was
they
12.
were 12, and Paris was about 14. But Paris was a young 14, more like 11 or 12. You know, she was wearing Guess when she came out there. And then all of a sudden,
You grew up fast in New York.
What are some of you guys' like beauty and wellness secrets? Is there anything you do on a daily basis that we need to know about, that we need to go buy?
I'm using the masks.
Okay.
I have a couple of friends that are Chinese. They said that in their culture, it's every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So I keep them in my refrigerator. And I have a mini refrigerator in my room. And I really try to take good care of my skin. And we do those massages.
Lymphatic massages.
Lymphatic.
I had one this morning right when I landed.
That's a great tip after the airplane.
Yes.
It's like so good for
Oh, you
drainage.
came in all the way this morning.
I came in this
What
morning.
time did you get in?
Early, like 8.
I
my
was
flight
actually
at
getting
6
an
a.m.
NAD drip. I
8:30.
take shots of NAD every day.
NAD?
And then
Does it hurt your stomach?
In my stomach, yes. I
But does
give
it hurt your
myself
stomach when you
No,
do
she
it?
does the shot.
Honestly,
Oh, you do the shots.
It does hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
It
I
does
did
because
the
the
IV
needle's
for
a
a
little
minute.
long.
You don't do the IV?
I did the IV this morning, and then I take the True Niacin,
Oh, you're
2
doing
tablets.
You're doing all this stuff.
And she said to me today, I have to be honest, I do have one little extension here to be a little dressy for you, and one here, but without
Your
it,
hair's so
she was
thick
like,
from
your
the
hair's
NAD.
getting thicker and better, and I have a lot of energy.
Don't you feel sharper too with the NAD?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like in the mind. I did it for a while. It started bothering my stomach though.
It was?
It did.
Yeah, but I did a lot of it.
I know, there's something about it
Overdid
that
it.
gives me like the heebie-jeebies. I can't do it. I don't know.
The shot?
No, I just don't. I don't want something that hurts my stomach like that.
Yeah.
Then maybe you need to eat something or get used to it because it is so healthy.
Really?
Yes.
something
Like
or-
eat what?
Suck
Like
it
a
up,
piece
Lauren.
of toast? I can
No,
suck
have
it up for beauty.
Fruit. You need to. I mean, if I knew what all I do is read up on all of this stuff.
And you think it's great.
hmm
It sounds like you're somebody that's just like, to the people in your life, kind of like toughen up and grit through it. It's kind of the gist of it.
You get to a certain point and you say, you know what? I want to do everything I can to be as healthy and have energy to enjoy my family, my children, and my business and my friends and be able to travel. And we got to get on the ball.
Yeah.
Keep our eye on the ball and focus.
Yeah, I love it.
Because I never stop.
I can tell. I love it.
Do I ever stop?
Sometimes.
You like your bed though, you said.
Yes, she loves her bed.
But I work sometimes in the bed
Okay.
because I get hot.
What time do you
So
wake up?
I wake up early. I'll be on the phone with Stacy, texting back
I know,
and
but
forth.
what time do you wake up?
6:37.
Okay.
I'll stay up and I'll have a coffee. And I can go back to bed at about 9 o'clock because I figure, well, I don't have anything to do today until 10:30 or 11.
I love it though.
So I will then go back into bed. I got my niacin,
Till noon.
no, my I got the NAD today. The nurse came in at 9 a.m. She was done in, I guess, 45 minutes. I felt like I'd slept 15 minutes. It was 11:20.
Why? Because you
sleep
you
during
felt like
it?
you needed.
Oh, yeah, Paris used to do it for 4 hours.
Oh.
The old shots. I mean, she is dedicated to
NAD
yes
for 4 hours.
for 4
Because the
hours.
drip hurts your stomach if you go
You
fast.
have to
enough.
do it
She-
slow,
oh,
is what
that's
I've
the
Like
trick.
heard.
the fastest I've ever
Yes.
done it.
Oh,
That's
he's
the
doing it in like a
trick.
half an hour.
Yeah, but it's
rushed
hard.
it.
Just do a shot
I know that's what I was thinking about doing. But
or take the True Niacin.
the
I will
pills?
send you some.
okay. All right, Kathy, I trust you.
Will you remind me?
Yeah.
I'm
Do
not
you know
kidding you.
why? I love it 'cause the way it made me feel, but when I just want to get it done. I'm kind of like you. I'm like, let's just get this. I don't have 4 hours to sit around with the
God, it's
IV.
never ending. I'm telling you, the older you get,
know.
between the hair color, the teeth, the dentist, the cleaning, the boobie check, the personal check down here.
Shaving.
I mean, the leg waxing.
Ugh.
I don't have the leg waxing issue.
No, he has no idea. If it's like a mathematical equation, if it's for me to look semi decent, I go through the car wash when
The
I get
eyebrows.
to LA. I look like Schmiegel from The Rings. I come here, I go through the whole car wash. It's like brows, hair, color, nails, like it's so much shit. He
So
rolls
much
out of
shit.
bed, slicks his hair back, he's ready to go.
And he looks great.
It's so annoying. I actually find it like really annoying. It's
you
just
know, I do. Maybe it's the NAD, Lauren. Maybe that's what it is.
no. He does do stuff. He has this 10-step skincare routine. He's a little bit different because he's a fourth
Ooh.
Japanese, so he's very like meticulous with his
You
shit.
are?
You
Yeah.
can't tell?
Wow. Oh,
Yeah, my mom's half, my grandma's full.
wow.
Yeah, so you're a little bit like into the stuff.
Well, I get to speak to so many educated people on this show
Which is
that talk
so
about all of these things.
Mhm.
And when I learned like about skin health, I'm like, well, why would you not take care? You got to carry it with you forever.
Love skin
Right,
health.
right.
You know? Not trying
I'm
to look
doing
like
a
an old-
wellness day at my house. I hope that we'll do it around when you can be there.
I mean, there was
and-
a period I looked like an old weathered saddle, and I was like, I gotta get it together.
We gotta get it together.
Yeah. I gotta be around for my kids.
What's the wellness day? Like, what does one do?
I've
on
done
the-
it before, and we bring in, and friends can bring in the best of the best of the best. And we have people come in and talk and do little demonstrations and healthy food and,
Like a beauty boot camp?
kind of a beauty boot camp. Sarah Howard and I were talking about it, so I'll get her involved and several of my friends. And I did it once in Aspen with a group of 30 ladies, and we were at the Little Nell in that private dining room, and everybody came prepared to share 4 or 5 things.
Cute.
And there was a secretary to take notes, and everybody got a copy, and it was very useful and very helpful and interesting.
Have you ever heard of Brian Johnson? Have you seen Brian?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's the guy, he built and sold Venmo, and now he's trying to solve the aging crisis for humans. He's trying to defy aging. He's been
He's
on this
the
show.
one that measures his erections when he's sleeping.
What?
He
Because I
does,
guess erections are a sign
A
of
lot
youth.
of times
The
that
more
happens in the
erections
middle of the
you
night.
get,
Yeah.
that's good
Yes.
though. That means that the
Yeah, I
You're
get
healthy.
woken up by
I
my
know.
husband.
yeah, I told Lauren, I wake up and tell her whenever I said, listen, I'm aging in reverse. But
no, now he's waking up and like I'm like I can. He
But
has
the
to
reason
tell me about his
I'm-
dreams. I can't go down that
well,
road.
the reason
with
I
you.
mentioned it to you, we just did a dinner with him where it was like a Jeffersonian style
I want to
dinner.
meet him.
No,
Oh,
I'm-
you would
I'm
love
going,
him.
You are going to find him fascinating. So his whole thing is he's trying to literally use all his own personal funding to stop aging for humans. He's like, he wants to, that's what his
Wow.
problem.
How old is he?
He's 40 something, right? But after this, I'm going to show you a link. Brian, hello. And there's all these articles of what he's doing. He's doing all these blood transfusions and NADs
He
and all
took
this
his son's blood and like put it in his body.
He took his own
Oh
blood,
my
put it in
God.
his
yeah,
father's
it's not,
body.
It's like it's
It
intense.
sounds
How old's his son?
Son's
11.
20.
9?
Yeah.
Wow.
Took one for
But
the
you will
team.
find him fascinating. We did this whole dinner was Jeffersonian style. You had to share an idea, and he started the question like, if there was an algorithm that existed that could help you live forever, would you take it or not? But you had to follow it. And it went this whole group of interesting people around the table. We'll introduce you.
I would love that.
Dr.
But I
Diamond
think
was there.
you would like it. And
He's-
Dr. Diamond was there.
Yeah, and I mean, I said no. Michael said yes. He would take the algorithm. If someone gave you an algorithm to how not to age, would you take it? So you have to go to bed at a certain time. You have to eat at a certain time.
Mm,
I can do it.
Too many rules.
that would be hard.
Yeah, you sometimes want a caviar baked potato at 8 p.m. on a Saturday.
But he said
Do
something
you know?
interesting. He said most people say no, But then if you think about it, if you would have said 5 years ago, hey, there's a shot you can take and it'll suppress your appetite and lower your weight, like, would you do it? Most people say no. Now there's the Ozempic, and they're saying, what if an Ozempic type thing exists for dementia or for depression or for heart health? Would you take it? He said most people would. And that's essentially
Yes.
like an algorithm. So medical technology is moving further and further in that direction.
Incredible.
Mhm.
Nikki and I do a lot of, charity work and working. I've worked with Alzheimer's for 35 years. My friend's mother had it. And so I've been involved with that. And I hear the updates. It's just incredible how close we're coming. And breast cancer, it's not a death sentence anymore.
Yeah. How do you
We're so
both
close,
look
but we
at
can't
charity?
find the cure to the common cold.
Sorry?
How do you both look at charity? Like, is there, I mean, I know you guys are such big philanthropists, and I feel like it's like you just love to do it. How do you look at it? Do you look at it like, is it in your day to day every day? What is there a tip to finding the right charity? It can be overwhelming.
Well, I started with the girls because I just think it's good to instill that. And selfishly, it gives you great joy.
Yeah.
And so we started out at the Ronald McDonald House, which was in New York, which was actually very sad. And I would bring them there at Christmas time. And I thought to myself, maybe that's a little heavy for them. I mean, these kids are very sick. Anyway, so then we would do things at our house and at my father-in-law's house because he had a big park ground. And we would do, we made T-shirts, which is a lot of fun.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we sold them. Well, we didn't. We gave them, and they sold them all over the place. And it was so cute. And then they'd come with their family. No press was there. We'd have somebody taking a Polaroid picture if they wanted it with the girls. Or we played Duck, Duck, Goose, which is a game I love. Bring Red Rover, all of these things. We'd have coloring stations and just spend time with them. And we left and we felt so good about it and just see the happiness on their face. So I think showing them at a young age.
Yeah, I remember just growing up, you guys
Going down to
taking
the
us
mission.
down to the Union Rescue Mission and serving Thanksgiving lunch or Christmas dinner.
Well, no, the best was we would go by ourselves. We don't go down there on the day where everybody's down there with KTLA filming them and, oh, look at them making the turkey. Please, no. We would go. Alex there, you can ask him. He said, you guys are the only people I know that come here quietly on your own. And what we would do is bring gifts, but we would set up for the children to go shopping for their parents. Okay?
Mm.
So one room would be for the children to go in and pick things. So I collect slippers from every hotel that I'm at. I mean, I must spend a lot of extra money at the end
Just
of
taking the
summer being
slippers.
away 3 weeks. Yes, exactly. And so it was so funny watching the girls, Claridge's Hotel, the Ritz in Paris. I mean, all of these slippers, and you'd see the kids giving it to their parents and they're trying it on. And with their serious faces, we weren't thinking the Beverly Hills Hotel. We lived at the Bel Air Hotel for 2.5 years. So I had so much of the soap with the swans on it. And these are things
Why,
they
you were
need.
renovating or something, or you just wanted to?
We were renovating.
Yeah.
And yes, these are really the things that they need.
It's cute too. Someone told me like the best thing to do is instead of helping people, to help people help people. And
What is that saying? Teach a person
to
to
fish. No, fish for a day. Or
Right.
No, give them a fish. He'll fish for a day. Teach them to fish.
it's
he'll
true.
eat forever.
That's what
Yeah.
you did. It seems like that's what you did for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
What is like when you say that like Hollywood is like, you didn't say this, but I'll say it. It can be performative. How have you guys both gone against the grain with that? Because I feel like your whole entire family does go against the grain. And-
Well, I have something to say about that.
Yeah, please.
I'm sure you do.
am involved and Nikki's involved, and I am so proud of all of my children for what they do that you don't read or hear about. And I'm involved with, several different organizations. And here we're living in Los Angeles where there is all the talent and the celebrity. And it's very, very hard to get them to show up. You know what? Even if you show up on a red carpet on your way to dinner, you know, everybody wants you to buy tickets to their movie, watch their TV show, like their stuff on Instagram, buy this, sell all this stuff. But it's really hard to get them to show up at these events.
What do their names rhyme with?
It's a lot of people, and it's really wrong. And I don't want my children I want them, you know, I really point that out because I think everybody's got to do their part, especially when it's right down the street. You can walk into the Beverly Hilton for 10 minutes, go to the Beverly Hills Hotel, go to the hangar in Santa Monica. You don't have to stay the whole time, but just show up because it helps the charity.
It's inspiring to me as a mother, especially of a little girl, to hear like it is important to instill, and it's values.
Absolutely.
Michael and I recently stopped drinking coffee after 9:30 a.m. and how I get through the day is with tea. I love tea specifically for podcasting. I'm always talking on a mic, so I like to have a cup of hot green tea next to me all the time. The one that I'm drinking right now is Lipton green tea, but don't sleep on it iced. I also will make a big pitcher of iced tea. I'll add raw honey from the farmer's market, fresh mint from my garden, some Meyer lemon, and it is so good. Michael was like sneaking his dirty paws in my iced tea. So iced or hot, Lipton green tea is amazing.
For people that are looking for a mild pick-me-up, don't want to go straight down the coffee route, like I said, maybe want to curb some of that coffee drinking. We love green tea. We love it during the podcast. We love it when we're in meetings. We love it throughout the day. It doesn't give you that cracked out feeling that coffee can sometimes do. And like I said, it gives you that slow, consistent energy pick-me-up.
Fun fact, Lipton green tea has 75 milligrams of flavonoids, 0 sugar, and 0 calories. So it's perfect. It's also one of America's most beloved tea brands since 1891, which is crazy. So they know what they're talking about when it comes to tea.
They have the classic green tea flavor and the peach ginger. Don't sleep on the peach ginger Lipton green tea. That one is also fire.
If you're looking to cut back your coffee or you just want something warm on your throat, maybe you're sick or you're podcasting, talking on a mic or on social media, you have to try a hot cup of Lipton's green tea. And I'm telling you, try it iced. Try some of this delicious Lipton green tea today. Cheers. I was first introduced to this brand by my facialist, Stacey Christie. She is in San Diego and I attack her every time I'm there with 100 texts that I'm coming. She just really knows her stuff when it comes to skin. She introduced me to Alastin skincare. It's one of the fastest growing physician dispensed skincare brands. Everything is scientifically proven, which she loves and I also love. Like, I don't want to waste my time with products that don't work. A lot of their products are designed to protect against free radicals. They're designed to help brighten your skin, reduce fine lines, wrinkles. What I notice the most when I use their products, though, is it really helps with hyperpigmentation. You can go on their site and see all the different products they have, but my favorite product, just personally, and Stacey's, is the C Radical Serum. It's absolutely amazing. It's like a vitamin C, and it has 14 vital antioxidants to help protect against stressors. So I have been told by a lot of doctors, dermatologists, skincare experts who have come on this show that a vitamin C in the routine is so important. And Alastin's C Radical Defense Antioxidant Serum does not disappoint. I think you guys will like it if you're looking for a good vitamin C. If you're looking to support your skin, check them out. Visit alastin.com/skinny and you can use code skinny at checkout. You get 10% off your first purchase. That's alastin.com/skinny. SKINNY, use code skinny and you get 10% off your first order.
The kiss isn't the typical first kiss. It's carnal and dirty and makes me excited for more. Oop, hold on, Kindle Vella. What do we have here? What's all this about? Okay, wait. Here's another good one. The monster couldn't find me here. I was free. What monster? Free from what? I need details. Those are a couple of quotes from stories on Kindle Vella, and believe it or not, those are the juicy parts you can read for free, and if those aren't your speed, you can definitely find your own Vella vibe. If you don't already know what Kindle Vella is, it's stories that are broken out into short-form episodes right from the Kindle app. Since the stories are in episodes, you can binge them like you would your favorite TV show or podcast. You can start reading completely for free and read from anywhere while you're waiting for your coffee, in between errands, or right before you hop out of bed. The episodes are short, but full of excitement and lines that leave you wanting more. It can be hard finding a time to read and committing to a book that might just collect dust, but since your first 10 episodes of each story are free and you can read from your phone or tablet, you get all the benefits of reading without any of the discouragement. Buy doom scrolling, hello sexy vampires, or meet cutes, or freedom from monsters. Still wondering what that's about? I actually read Death by Punchline and it was hilarious. Another great part of Kindle Vella is I'm never really reading alone. The author leaves notes throughout the story, and I can even comment on each episode and talk with other readers about what's happening. It's easy to use, but the stories are hard to put down. If you're looking for short episodes you can read in pockets of your day, download the Kindle app and scroll to the Kindle Vella tab and start reading for free.
So is there any other wellness and beauty tips that we need to know that you guys do? Like, is there anything that
Wait, you do sculpting stuff, right?
I do sculpting stuff. I have some sculptors for you.
I'm very into sculpting in the morning.
Okay.
I have this one that's 24
I don't know.
karat
Did they
gold,
work? You showed
Omni
me today.
Raya.
We're going to give you some that work after.
And just
Really?
like
Mhm.
depuffing.
Yeah. The depuffing is.
Can you see that I have a bruise?
No,
No.
you can't see
I was
one.
on my phone and I dropped my phone
Ah.
on my face the other day.
Were
and
you
now
talking
I'm
to your
bruised.
mom?
No.
We are product junkies. If you came to my house,
Yeah.
it's like a counter at Bergdorf's or Bloomingdale's.
How have you ever done like a YouTube video where it's like, what's in my bathroom?
Well, I do what's in my bag because I'm asked that a lot.
What's in
because
your
I,
bag?
I
What is in your
carry.
bag?
Well, today, let's see. I don't have a big bag. I have some bubble yum.
Bubble Yum, the classic
She
Bubble
loves
Yum.
bubble yum.
Wait, she has bubble yum?
Oh, the
I have
classic
bubble
one.
yum. I have.
Use one of
Let me
these.
see.
$60.
$60.
All right.
And I have a lipstick, a tissue, and a half piece of bubble yum here.
Bubble yum?
Usually I have everything: socks, a roller, some rollers, extra hair,
All right.
mints, you name it.
It's
Thongs, not thongs.
Thongs?
No,
Oh,
no,
like-
no, the things you wear in your feet.
I was like, oh, this is going to go in a different
Flip-flops.
direction.
Well, the one, aren't those thongs? You used to call them thongs, didn't you?
Flip flops.
what do
Okay.
you
Flops,
what do you
flops.
guys wish that people knew about you that they don't know?
Nothing.
I wish
Yeah, what do they not know about you at this
I
point?
wish they knew about all of the wonderful work that the Hilton Foundation does. I feel like that does not get enough credit.
Well,
The
plug
Hilton
it. Plug it.
Foundation was started by my great-grandfather in 1944. He left his whole fortune to it. And to date, they have given away over $3 billion
Wow.
in grants to
Jeez.
nonprofit organizations.
All over the world.
I didn't know that your grandfather left his entire estate. That's crazy.
So, some of our focus areas are foster youth, earlyhood child development, homelessness in Los Angeles.
I mean, what they're doing
Safe
downtown LA
water.
is
um,
unbelievable.
What are they doing?
Well, they're building homes.
Oh, the foundation is doing this.
Right.
Got it.
And we all get involved too and put our time and put up money as well. But what is the prize? It's
The
bigger
Hilton
than
Prize.
the Nobel Peace Prize. It's the biggest prize.
Wow.
the Hilton Prize. It's the largest annual humanitarian award in the world. And it's awarded every year to an organization that is
People send in.
alleviating human suffering. We get
Is that
so many submissions.
Frustrating for you guys at times when the press runs so far out of what you guys are actually doing and just talks about all this? Like, I'm sure Jack's sitting over there, so he's working overtime. But is that, do you find that to be challenging or frustrating? I mean, or you've seen so much at this point that it's kind of like doesn't phase
I think
anymore?
people get it now, and I mean, we don't advertise it. But I think people, and it's not cool to be beating people up so much. It's kind of not okay. The
Thank
press,
God.
right? I mean,
I
what
mean, yeah,
they
you-
did in the '90s, in the early 2000s, to people was so horrific that if that happened today, the person doing it would be canceled.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even when sometimes we'll have guests on the show and it'll be like a great interview, and even the headlines that get written just to get that click.
I can't believe it.
I know.
I can't believe, I'm like, this is like literally like 1 second.
Not fair.
Yeah, and then we'll get a call from someone like Jack, and they'll be like, "What the hell is this?" It's like that's what they do, though. Is they take something and they go, "How do I get the clicks? How do I get the people?" And I imagine that's so frustrating being on the other end of it.
They just lose credibility. I see that, and then I don't even click.
Yeah.
I just know.
It's fake.
Back in the day, it would be I won't mention a newspaper, and it would be a complete lie because I was there. And it mentions the restaurant. It mentions the chef. It mentions a new model. It mentions a designer that was wearing, who was there. Like they get 5 or 6 things in there.
It's like an ad.
It's an ad.
But they got the click because they threw someone under the bus.
They threw somebody under the bus. By the way, some things they'll say are nicer and better than it really is.
Huh.
But that's not so much anymore. I have to say, I feel like I've been pretty lucky, and I think I'm a nice person, a good person, and I don't feel that I'm pretty happy.
I was listening to Kid Rock on an interview of all people. I know it's a strange name, but he was saying for people that have that kind of attention, if you really want to get away from it, there's places you can go and things you could do to get away from it. Like people that say they don't want it and they're curating that and calling it themselves. He's like, there's ways to get away. Listen, we go to Texas and there's no
way.
Yeah. And so I always find it interesting when people are saying, oh, it's so hard. There's things you can do.
Look, what cracks me up is when I see people like Craig's, you go to Craig's, there's going to be somebody there. If you're dressed up and you look cute and people invite you and you have something to promote, you know what? You're dressed, you're ready, you have makeup on, you say hi, do your thing. What I don't like is when these famous people go running in like there is a back door, okay? There is a back door.
Yeah, you're saying that
I'm not going to say who, but during the Met Gala, a particular, I commented on it, was staying at a hotel. I think he's a rapper. And he came out and he's got a big thing with iced tea with a straw. There's a little rope here with maybe 10 fans and another rope here with 10 or 12 fans. 3 people that work for him go out first, 2 on each side and then 2 behind. Now, you can't just wave or smile. So, and they all, even the people working, are meaner than he was.
I don't know who she's talking about.
And get into this big car, showing off. So I said, "Oh, really nice to the fans, huh? That's great." I said, I know that hotel. There's a back door."
Oh my God.
I would not want to get dressed down by you, Kathy. That's a
No, you don't.
But we had Michelle Pfeiffer came in here one time, and the reason I tell this story is because I walked out and there was huge bodyguards in the lobby here, and I'm like, oh geez, okay, I guess it's Michelle Pfeiffer, and I didn't think anything. I went and ran to the bathroom, and then she pops out of the elevator, just glasses, casual, normal, and I realized they weren't there for her. It was somebody that absolutely did not need bodyguards. He was like a huge 6'4" guy with abs and a pec, and I was like, it's just so funny when you see that juxtaposition. Like, she's Michelle Pfeiffer, she comes in just by herself, casual, normal. Yeah. The other guy has bodyguards that he doesn't need in an office full of women. I'm like,
all you need to do is just, Michael Jackson, there's never going to be anybody as famous as him. Yeah. Ever, 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 ever. That is a superstar.
That's done. Yeah, those days are done.
And you know what? He would make eye contact and smile and get in his car. You don't have to put on some big show like you hate it or you don't like it. Then stay home.
You know what you guys should do? You should take your rugs. You should roll it out in front of Craig's, and then you should walk down your carpet.
That's so cute.
And let him shoot it.
What a great idea. The only thing is they need better lighting there.
Bring lighting.
Truthfully, I will say this. I always feel like, isn't that terrible? I'm going to call Craig and tell him we've got to get better lighting.
Why don't you bring you could
Craig's
bring
been on
lighting.
the show. We love Craig.
Bring the lighting.
Just tell him, Craig, get some better lighting, man.
You know what? That's actually really funny. We'll get those big, when we have the makeup done, those big stand-up things.
Yes.
Ring lights.
And we are going to do A carpet.
Take the carpet and have someone shake it in front of you, and then you just walk down it because you
Just
know
be
it's going to be shot.
shameless and shameful and
A long one,
Use
like a really
the
long one.
shamelessness of how it is to walk in there and just like you're already walking down the Craig's red carpet. Like make it your rug.
that's really funny.
Do you know what I mean?
A really long one, like that. We have
Yeah,
to
and design it so it's like super, super long. I feel like that would crush it.
like 10 feet,
We
12
do have
feet.
runners.
We do have runners, exactly.
What makes a good prank call?
Somebody that can keep a straight face, that has
Yes,
a good
I
phone
always
book.
laugh and I ruin it.
A good phone book. Listen to me. A good. Remember my friend? She was 85, 90 years old.
Okay.
We would go and have dinner with her once a week with the children, Mrs. Lampert.
Yes.
She was a character and she would love to have her martini, and we would watch Jeopardy with her and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and have dinner, and we loved her. So then she'd take her shoes off, twist her toes a little bit, and she'd say, girls, to the girls, she'd, go into my room and get my phone book. It's right by my bed. We're going to make some calls. Is that right? Do you remember that?
No.
Well, I think there's, maybe you were at a sleepover. So a couple times we did that. And we'd invite people over for bridge games and tell them to bring this and bring that. And
Can we make a prank call?
I heard you have a left foot charity.
oh, no, I'm starting a new, you probably heard about the new business that I'm starting.
What?
Where I'm looking for funding, and it's called One Damn Shoe.
Yeah. That's
What?
it
I
is.
bet you ever lose shoes?
No, what
Have
did
you
I
ever
get?
lost one
do.
shoe like a good expensive shoe?
But this is a prank call you make though, yes or no?
Well, I could, but if you lose that one
Okay, come
shoe, left
closer here.
it somewhere in a hotel.
Yeah.
But think about it. If you sprain your ankle, you want to donate that shoe or you could sell it, because why, if somebody's going to a wedding, if they have a cast, then they need a shoe for the other foot.
Okay.
So it's kind of clever. Just kidding.
But yeah, I've heard you do
You're
this.
nuts.
I've
Can
heard
we
of
make
these
a
calls.
prank
We
call?
should.
Okay.
We should do
okay.
call.
Wait, how do
What
I?
about Howard Stern?
Well, I don't know Howard Stern on speed dial. Do you have Howard? I don't have Howard Stern.
Do you?
No.
Oh, I don't have my phone with me.
Why do you want
He
to
would be
prank call
funny.
him?
Just, I don't know. I think it'd be funny. Who could we call?
Can we call
Oh.
someone funny?
Who are we calling?
Wait, do we have to press *6? Like you know?
No, you know what? She knows all that. I believe that Star 69
Okay.
was canceled because of me. I swear to you.
Meaning like the callback? Oh.
I believe that they put that out there because of me, and I believe I'm part of the reason there is no more 411 information. Because
Do you
I used
actually
to,
believe this?
kind of, because I harassed them so much.
Because you would do prank calls to 411.
Yes. And I would start talking with them.
prank calls
They
back
loved
in the
it,
day
actually.
were so fun. I used to have an Arnold Schwarzenegger switchboard when I was a kid, when I was
Right.
like 14, 15. And it had all these random sayings that the person pulled from his movies. And so it'd be like, hello, goodbye, I'm your, whatever it is. And you could have full on you have to like click all the, this is vintage days, back when you could put like, what was the number where you could block your number? *67.
Star 67.
Star 67.
Do you have to do that if you do a prank call?
Well, I don't think it works anymore.
No,
Oh, you
it
do?
does.
It still does? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been out of the game too
Just-
long. Who we calling?
Can we call one of my friends?
Sure.
That's actually better
Wait,
because then
say
you won't
something
laugh.
like, what is the person's name?
Gillian.
Gillian. Okay,
Yeah.
what does she do? Where does she live? Like, what's her deal?
She lives in San Diego.
Okay, does she have any children?
She has 2.
How long has she been married?
She's been married for about 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 10.
And is she
Yeah,
fun?
oh, longer than that. She's got
Does
a,
she do anything?
Oh,
Does she
she's
do
so fun.
tennis, golf?
She's obsessed that both of you guys are on the podcast right now. She's like freaking out, sending
she
me
does
her-
all the fun stuff.
Her question,
You-
by the way, was, how is it to be in the doubles club?
Oh, doubles. I love.
Oh, doubles.
Oh, it's the best.
It is
If you're
the
in
best.
New York, we'll take you. It's a holiday club. It is every cookie, every candy, every fudge. It's like Wonka Chocolate Factory. The best food. It's the greatest.
You
best.
can't, to get into the doubles club, you have to like know 15 people. But I'm like, how am I supposed to know 15
I've
people?
been a member. I'll get you in. I've been a member there since I'm like forever.
Okay, so Gillian's obsessed with both of you. She knows you're coming on the podcast.
So then she's going to know. No, she
No,
won't
she
know.
may not
No,
know.
she won't
She's
know.
got a life, hopefully, and she'll watch it
She
later.
might be-
No, but should I say? Does she play tennis or
yeah,
something?
she plays tennis.
*6. Okay, here's the
Okay.
number. I'm going to blast her on air.
Do I put
There
one
are a
with-
couple people listening.
One, yeah.
Try one.
I'll leave a message for her.
Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person
God
you're
damn
trying
it.
to
How about
reach
no
is
one
not
picks up their
available.
phone anymore?
At the
I know.
Hi, I'm calling from the school, and you had promised that you were going to be sending some cupcakes for class at the beginning of the year, and I just wanted to remind you because
They didn't show up today.
they did. One of the parents was very negligent, and we're very, very upset. And we want to make sure that you've got the cupcakes and bring Dixie cups because they like juice and no peanuts. Peanuts. Some of the children, they're allergic to peanut oil. Please get back to me. And, I'm just sick of these parents signing up for everything and then they don't show up. I will be waiting to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
What
No,
a
you
childhood
signed
you've
up.
had.
Wait, you signed
It's
up for
definitely colorful.
camp. Do you want the I'm up early bird? I'm bringing the 6 a.m. eggs and bacon, or do you want I'm a lazy little sleeper? I'm not going to.
You're really
Start camp
showing
till
a
11.
different side of you on this podcast.
I think people
Mom.
will love it.
Oh, I don't care.
You know what? People, the colorfulness of your personality it's unique in the
It
best
is.
way. It's amazing. I just think what a fun childhood.
No wonder she was so strict. No, I was.
Yeah.
I have a very.
Mother.
Is it
I have a-
making sense?
I have a very. Let me tell you something. Very boring side too.
Okay.
There's times I think to myself, "Oh my God, Rick will be driving home from a dinner." I'll say, "I am."
So boring.
I feel so sorry for that man that I was sitting next to. I had no personality. All the gas was out of my tank. And, he must just think, God, poor Rick, who's he married to?
Well, I think it depends. I imagine it depends in the atmosphere that you're in, and you kind of make. You,
Yeah,
gotta
you have
feed-
to excite me.
Yeah, you have to feed off. Yeah, I get that.
You need entertainment.
I need that
Constant.
stimulation.
That's why you and
Sometimes-
Mark, you hit the ball.
Yeah, whenever we see, but I get that too, because if I'm in a room, if Lauren brings me in, there's a bunch of duds around, I'm like, I can't fake it. I can't do it.
Same. I
Yeah.
need fun people.
Oh, you.
You
when
guys are
laugh,
the same
you
like
laugh.
that. I feel like you two are the same. He
I
will
don't have
not
the,
fake it.
No, I don't have the energy
What
to fake
sign are you? A Libra?
it. Aries.
Ooh.
Is that wow, what a response.
What sign are you?
Gemini.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Now, I have actually several people that I love that are Aries and Geminis. I had a boyfriend that was Gemini and one of my best friends. Nikki sent me something funny the other day, and I tell her a lot. Some Aries, okay, go on.
What?
Remember I said how some Aries women,
Are off.
Why?
they can be very intimidating. You know that girl that you walk up at the party? I don't care if you're 18, 40, 50, 60, whatever. And you walk up to a group of girls because you know some of them and you're standing there and the person just doesn't even
Yeah, that's
include
rough.
you.
I feel like
That's an energy
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
no good.
Like
Bad
I
energy.
would say, Nikki, this is Nikki, everybody. We're just talking about, and I would bring her in and I would go on with my conversation. But there's a few of these Aries women that are really like that. So I said, think of just a couple bitchy people and look them up and see when they're born. She goes, you're right. Wow.
they're
Yeah.
Aries
No,
women.
not all of them, but she sent me something about a club
What?
where they check your ID.
Oh, yes.
And they say you can't
And they
come in.
don't let Aries in.
Aries women or men?
They look
I think
Both.
both.
because
wow.
they've known to fight.
Ah.
The days
Can you
are,
believe it?
the days are
I
long.
can believe it. When I first met him, he was known to fight. I had to spiff that right up.
By the way, she met me when I was 12. Okay.
Right,
so,
I didn't
right.
meet him at 12, but
You've straightened out
I
about
I
it.
was straightened
straightened out
out.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I figured it
you
out
were
last
you
week.
you did. You would.
I think sometime in my younger days, I ran a little hot.
Did you guys meet in LA?
No,
we met
San Diego.
in elementary school.
in Rancho Santa Fe.
Wow.
He thought I was the substitute teacher because I was this tall with big boobs.
She came in fully developed.
He was like
and I
4'1".
said, whoa.
He was
Yeah.
really cute though, but like really short.
I did
Really
not hit,
short.
I hadn't even hit puberty. I was a literal child.
So we've known each other through all iterations. We haven't been together that
so
long.
Wonderful.
I relate to you and Rick in the sense where I really look up to your relationship with what you guys have done with your family. It's so incredible. It's so opposite of Hollywood.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, we really have our own little crew, and we love everybody, but we keep a very close,
Yeah.
knit.
I get that.
Our real.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we always like. I think that's what that resonates with us for sure because we're very tight. We've been together since we were 20. We've known each other since we were 12. Like sometimes we rib each other, and people that listen are like, "Oh, I can't
They
believe."
get mad.
But I was like, imagine
do.
Yeah.
being.
And you work together, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, but imagine like having that with someone since you were 12. And so, of course, the dynamic is, we know each other so well. That's what I'm saying, you know?
It's so lovely.
What's the
Thanks.
tip from both of you for a healthy marriage?
You want to go first?
No, you can go first.
I would say always keeping it exciting, leave a little to the imagination, open communication. Men don't like to be bored with gossip and nonsense.
Amen.
Always make the home a really pretty, inviting, warm, safe place. If you have to go out and pick one flower in the garden, or I've been known to do it at a neighbor's, if you had to, light a little candle, have some music on, have the TV on. I mean, just make it cozy and nice. And don't be a nag, and try to look presentable.
His mom told me that there's always got to be like talking points.
Oh, I love when they talk.
Yeah. And then also Patricia from Southern Charm. I don't know if you watch Southern Charm. You got to watch it.
Oh, you know what? We know her from New York.
I feel like you guys would love
Mrs.
her.
Ashel.
Yeah, that's her.
Remember?
No.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to show you a picture of her.
Yeah, because she lived up there for a
beautiful.
while.
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
she told
she
me,
was
she
in-
goes, I go, how have you been married for so long? She's like, you do the Nancy Reagan stare. You stare like it's the most interesting thing that they've ever said. They could be talking about their hairdo, and you just stare at the man and you just shake the head like it's so captivating and interesting, and you've never heard anything better.
That's cute.
So sometimes he'll be talking, I have no idea what he's saying, and I'm like, just
Honey, you're so smart.
I know.
Nobody knows what you know.
it's 100%. You just keep telling him that. What's your tip for a healthy marriage?
Something you told me when I got married was to never stop having fun together. And
laugh.
whether that's going on a little last minute vacation or just out to dinner, just having that special alone time and laughing and having fun.
How can you not
And having
be,
the right
be
people
laughing
around.
with everyone that you have around? I mean, it's like
Yeah, you gotta
You've
carry
had
the
some
environment.
characters.
you've had some characters.
Yeah, I imagine with you guys, you have to be careful.
Yeah, you have to be
Because-
careful.
Well, especially for you, because there's a lot of people that will see kind of the outside, and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I can get something." How do you kind of curate and watch for that?
Well, I
guess you could
I
tell
don't
if
think
it-
I ever talked about that. I don't want to ever make my kids feel like that. But you just have to be, I think, good influences, like to make sure that you have happy couples around
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good tip.
and not some, playboy that's going to be like, oh, let's go out and have beers and, look at the chicks, look at her.
The
That's not
voices,
okay.
I can't believe these voices. Like, you're kind of like an actress.
Yeah, I am.
Tell us about your rug collaboration before you go and what you're both working on. And can we get a pillow line, please?
This collaboration took it's a big corporation. I did not realize, I could not believe that we, when I looked at the rugs in person, because Nikki had ordered them for her house in Bellport, I'm like, you could actually put these in the washing machine.
That's cool.
And so I started talking to other people, and like, oh yeah, we have ruggables. We have ruggables. Like, I'm the only person that didn't know about this, and I was just in shock at how beautiful they were, and they look so expensive.
What's your favorite each? Which one is your favorite one?
I would say that I like the Chrysler. I like the Bryant,
The Diana Trellis.
the Diana Trellis.
I have them in every room in my house. And I'm not just saying that. I literally do. I have them in the kitchen, the runners in the kitchen. I have them down all my halls, in the girls' room, the living room.
I need to get
Can
one.
I see them right now? Can I see? And
Yeah.
like, do you have any pictures that I
Yeah.
can see?
I need to get one in the playroom because after 6 or 8 months of the kids in there
It's almost up.
playing,
That's it.
oh my God, there's silly putty that's ground in. There's finger
That's a good
paints.
idea.
It's really,
I
and
can't
I
find
go
them.
and I buy these rugs. But I like the layering
And they're
of a rug anyway.
expensive.
And it can get very expensive, especially the wall to wall down the hall.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I changed.
one
We just
you need,
washed
Craig's.
it before you arrived.
For some reason, I feel like this episode is going to cost me a lot. It's like there's rugs and there's
No,
pillows.
the rugs
there's all
are
The
sorts
very
of stuff.
ornaments.
affordable.
I'm
Ornaments.
literally gonna have
China.
the china. What's the baked potato? The caviar
The caviar
dish.
and the baked potato.
Yeah, but which caviar do I need?
You know,
Good caviar.
Okay, which kind?
well, it's hard to get beluga.
Okay.
I think it's
So-
illegal, Mom.
Oh, it is.
I think so.
Well, when we travel, I get it.
I think in America it's illegal.
Saruga, magoot. Magoot is really good.
Magoot.
Mhm.
Okay, and could it be any old baked potato?
Well, I like a nice hard russet. I always say make sure it's firm.
This
I don't like
conversation
a
is almost
squishy-
gone in
I don't
4
like it with those little things.
No limp dick potato.
No, you know the ones with like that looks like there's little
Yes.
radishes
Yeah.
with warts with like hair growing out of them. None of that. Fresh.
a big firm baked
If
potato.
people want to shop the rugs, where can they shop them? And what is there anything else that you both are working on that we need to talk about?
The rugs will be online.
Yeah, the rugs are
They're
out.
online right now.
Ruggable.com.
Okay.
We did 10 styles. They are fabulous, inspired by our homes, hotels we have lived in. They're really versatile. I
They're
feel like
versatile. I
there's
think
something
it's
for
cool.
everybody.
That the Diana trellis is in my, which I haven't seen that yet. I saw a picture she showed me in the girls' room. They share a room, yet I have it in my dining room, which is, you know, in her room, it's bunk beds and dolls and stuffed animals, and it's really cute. I have it in a very, probably
Posh
the most
dining room.
modern
It's versatile.
dining room. It's all like white floors, like Chanel with the black border, with a big lucite
like,
table.
what?
Oh, he loves this. Don't sleep. He loves this.
I like a good curate.
Let me
Chanel?
tell you something
do.
about details.
No, I
He,
I
told
can't curate
me
it
when
myself.
when we started dating, he's like, "You need a tailor."
I have a
Oh.
tailor for you.
I would love a
Your
tailor.
tailor just drove through your entire gate.
She comes in, she goes, oh, I'm
Ripped the
sorry.
gate off.
She goes, I made a boo-boo. I said, well, don't worry about it. I said,
She
don't
thought it was
worry.
a little tap.
Thank God that you're okay. Well, you're going to think I'm exaggerating. When I tell you, swear on my life, we probably have a picture, which I'll send you, the entire wood gate down on the floor.
How did she do that, Mom?
I think she must have thought she was driving. I don't know what and then she rammed it, but like perfectly cut it off. And then my son comes in, he goes, Mom, what happened to the gate? I'm like, why? Is it that bad? He goes, you better come out here. And she smashed Dad's car.
Oh, shit.
And he just got a new car.
He's not driving a Honda.
Well, I'm thinking there's something wrong with this picture. The lady that's taking the hem up on my, has got
Yeah,
the
she's-
same car as my husband, you know, and maybe I'm paying her too much.
How often is she coming over to Taylor?
But I thought it was the same car. And I'm
Maybe I
like,
need a new
oh
job.
my God. And then I realized, no, it's a little different.
Oh,
I'm
good
not a car
tailor.
person, so.
Do you think it's weird that my straight husband said I need a good tailor?
well, she had her clothes. It was all
Yeah.
fucked up and
He's
not fitting
very
right.
he's very detailed.
No, I have
I changed
love
a
good
t-shirt
tailoring.
by having tailoring done. Just like, yes.
Completely changed it.
you
Yes.
know it's important.
No, he's right.
Where can everyone find both of you? I'm sure they already follow you. What's your social media? What's the link to Ruggable? Tell us all the things.
Kathy Hilton, with KATHYHILN. L-O-N-D. How do I
You don't
spell
even know
my
how to
name?
spell your name.
Kathy Hilton.
I'm sure that we're
Kathy
gonna
and
find
Nicky
it.
Hilton.
Kathy and Nicky Hilton. And yes, I also have a new jewelry line,
Oh, tell us about that.
Yes.
and it's very exciting. And they made a lot of
Are these
sales.
them?
No, this is not.
I
but
see
this
you in
is.
QVC. You guys should go on QVC. and
I did that, and it is so much fun. But I am so hyper as it is.
Yeah.
That I get so jacked up that I feel after an hour show that I'm ready to, and then I got to do it all over again
It's
in
a
3
lot.
hours. It's a lot.
It's a
I love
lot,
it.
right?
Huh?
It seems like it would
Anyway,
be a lot.
but we sold to a bunch of department stores, and it's Kathy Hilton, Anna Zuckerman,
Cute.
Anna Zuckerman, Jules, and it's on my Instagram. But we're excited about the rugs. This is kind of our way into home because our dream is to have all at home, everything
I am
at
telling you,
affordable prices.
Everything beautiful for the home.
I will show. I copied the pillow. I put it in my handbag.
Which pillow?
Yeah, what is this pillow you're talking about?
Mark texted me like this pillow that you have, and I bought this pillow.
Let me
I'm going to
see.
show it to you.
The next time we do this, we're gonna sit down, Mark and Keith, and we're gonna
You
get Brian
guys should
Johnson.
come to my house.
Oh, I'd love
Would
it.
you ever want to do In the library? Do you want to
pillow
do something in the
collab?
library?
If
Listen.
I could record a podcast with you guys in the library, my life would be made.
Let's go to the
Look at
library.
this
We're
is
going to get Brian to teach us how to
we
live
don't
forever.
even have to record a podcast in the library.
No, because I'm eventually going to be doing one anyway, so I'd like
you
the
guys
little
need
to
a
prepare.
podcast. Call it Kathy and Nikki. I mean, they would crush it. Here's the
We can have a
pillow.
prank call segment, how they used to do on the Stern Show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what made me think of Howard Stern.
Yeah, good Lord. 'Cause
And
that's-
you know what?
I
She
wanna
wasn't getting that
share a
reference.
He's a very polite,
I'm
very
sure.
tall, shy man. He's a neighbor
Doesn't
of
he
ours
live near us in
in
the
the
Hamptons?
Hamptons. And Nikki
His
does a lot of
wife
things
is a
with his
big-
wife.
No, I don't.
They used to do the best prank phone calls. Sal and Richard would do
I
it.
copied you on the
Yes.
pillow.
Oh my God, wait a second.
Okay.
That is hysterical.
I know. I can't tell you.
love
the
it.
Porto pillows.
Yes, that's the pillow.
Where'd you get it?
I
Love
found it
it.
on Port.
That
I'm
is-
like Port House.
I had to
Porto.
lug this pillow around all over the.
That's what I'm saying. I think that you should do that like a mini baby pillow
Yeah.
line.
I love them. But the funny thing is I sleep with them.
I know. Didn't know why I was carrying it. I just
It
was like,
feels so good.
okay.
And I
Wait,
like
you
it
were
when
just
I'm
carrying it
sleeping.
around?
Yeah, I just was carrying. 'cause I
Not on
saw
a
you
flight?
Yeah, I used it on the flight, kind of. But
And
like,
you got to get my fan.
yeah, what's the fan?
The fan is Windward Fans, and it just won 2 awards, and they are gorgeous. I have them in like a,
You use it more as a sound machine.
I
though,
use it as a
not,
sound
like,
machine.
to be cool.
but also it's relaxing. It's a hum. It's like I feel relaxed.
Well, I'm gonna give you. I know you guys
It's
have
by
to go.
Windward.
Mouth tape. I'm gonna give both of you.
Oh my God, I saw this on your Instagram.
I tape my mouth
to
shut
breathe.
every night. It is
Why?
because it automatically relaxes your nervous system. You will
more
never have a better
importantly-
sleep with your pillows and your
Really?
fan and your mouth
But I
tape.
I'm gonna
also
do it
heard that
tonight.
you can
Best.
lose weight with this. How
Oh.
does that make sense?
Because if you breathe
doctor
through your
told me
mouth,
that.
it's really bad to breathe through your mouth. Like
Yeah,
people are
it's
not
better for your oral
understanding.
health too, because you close and you don't
You
get
get
bacteria.
cavities, you get bad
And you
breath.
also get
Abs.
bloated, right?
Yeah, you get better abs if you breathe through your nose.
I'm going
obsessed-
through all these bloating, debloat.
I bet you try taping your mouth shut.
I need to do that anyway.
Okay,
We're gonna give you a bunch of stuff.
I'm going to
yeah, we're
use
gonna
it
give
during the day.
you- during your NAD.
right?
Kathy and Nikki, you can come back anytime. We could have talked to you about 100 things. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you both for doing
You guys
this.
were so much fun,
was
and
fun.
I love it.
I think it's a
Thank
different
you.
it's a different look at you guys. I think there's so many different things. You guys are like onions.
We learned a lot.
Just peel,
I mean, so many things.
peel the onion.
Thank you.